Welcome FCS 2250 Computer Application students to Lesson 1. Let's go ahead and begin and knock out this first lesson of many to come. All right, well with that, you guys, I do want to do a quick review from our orientation. As you see, we do have a Lesson 1 video here, which you are probably watching right now. What I recommend is when you hit play, it may be, I'm going to pause that real quick, it may be hard for you guys to see all the stuff that I'm actually looking at. So what I want you to do is maybe go to YouTube here, and it will open up in a new window. Now I'm going to hit pause again, and now it's a little bit bigger. All right, and I selected this option here, this theater mode. That can look like this now. I can also do it full screen, and I'm going to go ahead and click on full screen, and then you can see where it's still a little bit blurry for you to read. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this gear in the far right corner under settings. All right, and then I'm going to choose quality, and you can even choose 1080p for these videos, and you can see that that made it a lot clearer when you're actually watching the videos. Now if your video doesn't buffer very fastly, you just see it fast I should say, you just see it buffering really slow and it's hard for you to watch these tutorials, then I recommend maybe choosing a lower setting for quality. You can go down to a 720 or maybe even a 480p. Even if I go down to 40, it may be a little blurry, but you may still be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. So once again, check your quality there and check your settings for that video. I'm going to go ahead and press escape there, and I'm going to close that. All right, and one more thing I want to bring to your attention, which I did once again in the orientation, I just want to make sure we're on the same page, is when I go to my learning modules and I'm on lesson 1 here, once again you have access to all of your lessons, my due dates. Those are so important. Now this particular assignment for this particular class is due January 16th, 2015 at 11:30 p.m. Yours is probably going to be different than this, or it might be the same, who knows. But I want you to look at the due date for those particular assignments. And you can look at the due dates for all of your assignments if you will. You can go to lesson 2, see when that is due. You can go to lesson 3, see when that is due. But for this first one, you need to look to see when this is due. Now it is due on this, once again, the 16th at 11:30 p.m. Would I recommend waiting till 11:25 p.m. to submit that? No. I get all the times emails, Mr. Lang, my computer had technical difficulties, my computer crashed on me, I don't know what happened to my document, I did it all, but now it just deleted off my computer. You need to give yourself ample time. You have plenty of time to complete these projects and these assignments. You have a full week. Do not wait until the last minute of that day to submit them. A couple reasons. One, I don't accept late assignments, whether you have technical difficulties or not. Also, if you have questions, it takes me about 24-hour turnaround time to answer those questions efficiently. So if you ask me the day it's due, you're probably not going to get a response back from me before the assignment is due. So give yourself ample time and get those assignments started and submitted way before the due date. I highly recommend it. But once again, that's going to be your choice. I just want to make sure we're on the same page with that. Well, with that said, you guys, let's go ahead and knock out lesson number 1. We have a couple different assignments here, 3 actually, and our first one is our orientation. So my face-to-face students, I'm speaking to you right now. During our first end of class, we will orientate ourselves to FCS 2250. I will give you a keyword for you to simply type into a Word document, save it, and submit within a designated Dropbox. If you are not present the first day of class, you will not be able to receive these points, for I do not accept late assignments. My online students, please watch the orientation video on our home page. If you have not, please go back to the home page and watch that orientation video. I did give you a keyword in the video somewhere for you to type into a Word document, save it, and submit it within the designated Dropbox. I'm going to give you 20 points for that. So let's knock that out real quick. So I'm going to go and open up a Word document real quick and just choose blank document, and I'm going to type keyword here, for example, and I'll just say hockey. Now, is that the keyword? No, it is not, but I'm just using this for demonstration purposes. And well, if I could spell right, let me take that E out of there. All right, keyword, hockey. And then I'm going to go ahead and save this real quick. And I want to save it to a destination that I can recall. So I'm going to go to my computer, and I'm going to choose it on my desktop itself. Now, on my desktop, I did create a folder called WMU. So I'm going to save it there and keyword. You want to make sure you can get back to that document and close it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll up, and I'm going to go under Assessments and Dropbox. That's where I'm going to be submitting my lessons and all my projects that I do. Please be vigilant also of the different assignments. Each lesson may have a couple different assignments to it. Please don't just submit it anywhere. Don't submit your orientation in your student information form. Don't submit your orientation in your email. I have a lot of times where students will submit things in the wrong folder, thinking that they submit it. I go to grade it. It's not in the Dropbox. It's in other Dropboxes. I can't grade them in different Dropboxes. So make sure you are vigilant. This is assignment number 1, our orientation. All right. And then I need to add a file. And then all I need to do is drag and drop it in there. So I'm actually going to go to my folder here, and I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to find my WMU folder that I have created, and there's my Word document. Once again, file management is key. All right, and I'm simply going to drag, and I'm going to drop that right into that location right there. Now I could also choose upload, and I could go to my desktop here, find my WMU folder, double click keyword there, and upload that as well. But dragging and dropping is pretty simple. And I'm going to choose add. If you wish, you can go ahead and put a comment there. Do you have to? No, you don't. But you could put a comment there if you wish. And choose submit. All right, now you should get a confirmation email. Now I'm kind of impersonating Buster Bronco here for my demo, so I didn't get an email. But you probably will get an email that you did submit that. All right, so we're done with that. Let's go ahead and go back to my content here. Back to my lesson 1 directions, and hey, we're done with our assignment 1 orientation. We probably got 20 points in the book. Let's move on to assignment 2, our student information form. Open the student information form via the link below. Here's your link. Save it to a destination of your liking, complete it directly in Word, and submit within the designated Dropbox. Pretty simple. Open that up right here. Now I'm in Google Chrome, you guys, and so my downloads come right here. If you're using Firefox or Internet Explorer, Firefox, I think your download is located up here. Internet Explorer, I'm not really sure. You're going to have to find where those downloads went. You may have to Google that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my student information form, and it opens up in 2013, which you should have by now. And I'm going to choose Enable Editing right there, and now I can edit it. But before I begin, I do want to make sure I save that to a place where I can find it. And I'm going to go ahead and choose my WMU folder right there, and just go ahead and choose Save. All right, and then if you would, please go ahead and tell me your name. All right, and then your grade level, what grade you are in. I want to know a little bit about you guys, and your major and your minor. All right, and then a little bit about your proficiencies in these different applications, from Word down to building a website. 0, I have never used it before. 5, I'm really proficient in it. I can do a lot with it. Or you know what? I'm somewhere in between, maybe even a 2.5. All right, what version? Are you in 07, 2010, or 2013? So what version are you currently using? Maybe you're using 2010. Are you using a Windows or a Mac? Now my Mac users, I know I mentioned this in my orientation video, but if you are using a Mac, roll with the punches in these projects. You're probably going to have different font styles. You're probably going to have different themes. As long as it looks similar to the textbook, I'm okay with that. Now, if it looks drastically different, or if it's not even close, then we probably will have a problem. But if you just use different font styles and font themes and stuff, you'll be fine. And then briefly describe what you have done within that application. I have a couple more questions for you. What would you like to get out of FCS 2250 computer applications? Well, since we already did the orientation and got 20 points for that, we're getting an A in the class. So I know we all want to get an A in this class, and I know you all will. But what I want you guys to do is tell me a little bit more about, what are you looking to get out of this class itself? Maybe to be more proficient in Access or Excel, those spreadsheets and stuff like that. Or maybe you're looking forward to some web-based computing as well. And then, do you require any special physical accommodations or assistance to be successful in this course? If yes, go ahead and please explain that for me. This information is confidential. If I do have to go to my boss, I will ask you first. Maybe we need some different accommodations to help you, and I may need to ask for a resource. But I'll ask you first if that is okay. All right, so when you are all done, you're going to hit save one more time. All right, you're going to close this. You're going to simply go back to your Dropbox, and you're going to go ahead and submit this. Once again, making sure that you are submitting it in the correct Dropbox, my student information form. Add a file. I've got my file right there in my WMU folder that I created, student information form. I drag and drop, Simple as that. It's right there. If you wish to leave a comment, you can. You don't have to if you don't wish. And once again, you probably will get an email. All right. Last but not least, let's knock out this email. All right. So lesson number 1, directions. Please email me with questions, comments, or concerns within our class's email system. Please don't change the beginning of the email's subject line, but add to the end. I'm going to show you a little bit what I mean about that, because that is very important for me. If you don't have any questions, comments, or concerns, please say hi, tell me a funny joke, or anything that's on your mind. This will be the location you'll ask me questions or concerns that you may have throughout all of the lessons that we work on. All right, now this is 5 points. Let me go ahead and show you what this looks like. Now I've got to change me back to me instead of Buster in order for me to do this. And under communications, I'm going to ask you guys to go to class list. And if you scroll down through the class list, eventually you will see Bradley Lang, and there I am. All right, and now we are ready to email me. This is what I'm talking about here. Please do not change this. All right, just simply go ahead and at the end, if you want to add another dash, tell me Excel problems. All right, what you're having a problem with, And so I'm going to basically, talk to you guys as if you guys were working on a project later on throughout the semester and you were having a problem with an actual project itself. And let's pretend that was an Excel problem. What I want you to do here is tell me a little bit about the problem. Detail about the problem. All right, so tell me what you have going on. Then please tell me what page you're on. All right, your page number. And then direction number. I would appreciate that. That helps me out tremendously. Detail about what the problem is, page number, and then your direction number. And then when you're done with that, I need an attachment, all right? I need the file that you're actually working on so I can diagnose it. So let's just pretend that this is an Excel document, all right? I'm just using this, but it's right there in front of me. And I'm just going to simply drag and drop that. So we dropped our Excel document in it. You told me what's going on, what page number you were on, what direction number you were on. You have the document right there, and all you got to do is choose send, all right? That way I can diagnose it. I will usually shoot a video showing you guys some tips on how to correct those things, and a lot of times you guys will be moving right along. All right, but once again, you have to do that earlier in the week rather than later. If you wait until the day it's due, you're not going to get a response back from me in a timely manner, and then it will not be 100%. So make sure you do that in a timely fashion. But for this lesson, for lesson number 1, you could go back up to your subject and say, hey, maybe lesson 1 email, and then tell me some really funny joke, or tell me, what's on your mind and all that good stuff, and all of those things, and then hit send. Now, I'm not going to hit send, but I want you to. But once again, just to refresh, don't delete this. Please and thank you. This is very important for me to know what class you're in, and then tell me your subject there. All right, so with that, you guys, let's see here. I'm going to go back to my course home, and I'm going to switch back to Buster Bronco real quick, which I need to actually go back to my class list because I want to show you one more thing. I need to impersonate him. And now, with that done, you've got all your assignments in. All right, and just an FYI for our email, you won't be submitting anything here. You may get an email saying, hey, you have passed the deadline. Don't worry about that. What I want you to do is go to your assessment, go to your grades, and see if you have a grade here for your email. That's where you'll see a grade for it. I do not go into the actual Dropbox and have you submit anything there. Just an email here, and I'll view that and give you points for it. So make sure you double check that next week or in a few days and see if you have a grade for it, and if not, please let me know after the due date. All right, so with that, you guys, that is lesson number 1. We have a few things to do. You have your due dates right there. If you have any questions at all, well, now you know how to email me. Have a great day, you guys, and if you want to, like I say, you're more than welcome to continue on with lesson 2, 3, 4, totally up to you. It's your option, but you do have that available. Have a great day, you guys.